Hi, I'm Kristin Heron with the OMAM Memorial Art Museum, and I'm here with one of my family members, Django Valentine, and we're here to welcome you to Family Art Night. Tonight, we're gonna make a spooky project. This is a 3D piece of art, which means it's not flat. It has 3 dimensions that you can look at from different angles. See all the layers inside? It's time to grab your family and your supplies to make your own spooky piece of art. If you need more time during any step of the tutorial, just press the pause button. Do you want a trick or a treat? Step 1. Decide the size of your art. To determine the size of your art, grab any piece of cardboard you have. Measure how tall the cardboard is. Mine is 4 inches. This means my art will be 4 inches tall. Next, get 2 pieces of dark colored paper. On the first piece, measure with a ruler 4 inches from the edge. Then measure 4 inches from the edge again. Use your ruler to connect the 2 dots and draw a line. Use scissors to carefully cut along the line. This strip of paper is now cut to be the height that your artwork will be. Next, we need to determine the width of the artwork. Mine is 7 inches long. So I'm going to measure from the edge of my paper over 7 inches and make a dot, and then measure 7 inches again and make a dot. Use your ruler to draw a line connecting those 2 dots. Carefully cut on the line with your scissors. This piece of paper is now 4 inches tall and 7 inches wide, the size of my artwork. Repeat that process 2 more times with 2 pieces of dark colored paper. Pause the video and take your time cutting 3 pieces of dark paper to be all the same size. If you're making art the same size as mine, it should be 4 inches by 7 inches. You should now have 3 pieces of dark colored paper that are all the same size. Next, repeat those steps on a bright piece of paper. Pause the video and cut a bright piece of colored paper to match the size of your other 3 papers. You'll now have 4 pieces of paper that are all the same size, 1 bright and 3 dark. Step 2. Cutting windows in the paper. Lay out your 4 pieces of paper. The bright piece will be the bottom of your artwork, and the dark pieces will be the layers on top. Start with the very top layer and draw a window on the paper. It can have a jagged line or a smooth line. Draw pretty close to the edge of the paper, but be sure to leave about 1/2 inch to 1 inch on every side. If you're not sure what a 1/2 inch or inch looks like, use a ruler to measure. Next, take the paper and put a small crease in the center. Use your scissors to make a small snip. Then, use your scissors to cut out the window, cutting along the line you drew with a pencil. Next, lay the window that you just cut out on top of the next piece of paper. Use a pencil to draw another window just inside the last window. Fold the paper in half again and make another snip. Use your scissors to cut out this window like you did before. You can lay your windows on top of each other to see how the layers are building up. Next, grab your pencil and draw a third window. This line will be drawn right inside the last window that you just cut out. Fold the paper in half, give it a small snip, and then cut out the window on the pencil line. Pause the video if you need to and cut out 3 windows. When you're done, you'll have 1 bright colored piece of paper and 3 dark colored pieces of paper with windows cut out that you can layer on top of each other. Step 3. Creating depth with the cardboard. Use a ruler to measure the edge of your artwork. It should be about a ½ inch. Then use your ruler to measure a ½ inch strip on your cardboard. Use scissors to cut out this ½ inch strip. You'll need to make 12 strips of cardboard that look like this. Once you've measured the first one, you can use it as a stencil for the other strips. Pause the video if you need to and cut out 12 strips of cardboard. Next, grab your glue and pair up 2 strips and glue them together. Keep doing this until you've turned those 12 strips into 6 strips. Later on, we'll use these cardboard strips to divide the paper windows and create depth in our artwork. But for now, push them aside and let them dry while we work on our artwork design. Step 4. Designing a spooky scene. On my original piece of artwork, I made pumpkins, a bat hanging from a branch, a moon, and some spooky clouds. But you can add whatever you want to your spooky scene. Start by deciding what you want to be in the background. I'm going to add a moon and clouds to the background of my scene. Don't forget to use colored pencils or crayons if you want to add details. Next, I'll make a big pumpkin that I'll add in one of the layers in front of my moon and clouds. My third design element will be a black cat. Once you've made about 3 design elements, spend some time deciding what layer they're each going to live on. keep in mind to put larger objects in the back and smaller objects in the front so that you'll be able to see them all. Step 5. Assembling the artwork. We'll build the artwork from the bottom layer up, but keep in mind that whatever's on the bottom layer will be partially hidden by the windows in front of it. Decide what's going on the back layer of your artwork. Mine will be my moon and clouds. Glue the design elements down onto the back piece of your artwork. You might need to slide some of them underneath the windows that are on top. Next, remove the top 3 windows. It's time to start building depth in the artwork. This part is kind of like making a sandwich. We'll build layers on top of layers until we're all finished. Put glue on each end of the artwork and add a strip of cardboard on each end. Then put a layer of glue on top of each piece of cardboard. The next layer will be your smallest window. Place the window on top of the cardboard strips. Add another layer of glue on each end of the artwork, and then layer a strip of cardboard on each end. Next, begin to decide where you want to layer your design elements within your spooky scene. Do you want them to be further in the distance or closer toward the front? Once you've decided, glue your windows and layers accordingly. Once everything is glued down, you might decide you want to add extra elements. I'm adding a smaller pumpkin in front of my larger pumpkin. When your artwork is finished, you'll see layers of depth, bringing your spooky scene to life. Thanks for joining me and Django for another family art night. See you next month. We'd love to see pictures of your spooky scenes. You can email them to kheron@ormondartmuseum.org.